What is going on, everybody? We're back on it. One Piece episode 470 got super behind this weekend, so this actually be good for comments. You guys, I'm going to be uploading the day that these episodes are supposed to be uploaded on Patreon, so we're not super far ahead, which is bad on my part. So hopefully this weekend I can sit down and start getting ahead. So we'll see how that goes. Jumping into this, I would say the last two episodes have felt kind of more on pace with what I expect kind of One Piece episodes to be at this point, almost 500 episodes in. I have a feeling we were in a crate, like we rode the wave, like holy shit, we caught the wave, like we're in it, it's turning, oh my god, these crazy episodes, and then the wave finished and now we're kind of just back out in the water in just typical One Piece episode fashions. A little bit of hype, a little bit of redundant, a little bit of can we move on, and just everything else wrapped up in between. That's what the last two episodes have felt like. I'm sure there will be episodes like what we got with those, like what was that, 3-4 episodes in a row, and this is like, whoa, this is peak One Piece content. When I press play and when the episode ends, like just not a dry moment in between. We've kind of fallen back into like how typical episodes go, so we'll see what we have. But there's still a lot of major players here, some of the strongest people in the world. I'm sure there's maybe a handful of people that we've yet to be introduced to. That might be stronger than people we have on screen, but for the majority and everything we've seen up to this point, all the heavy hitters are still here, still doing their thing. Crocodile still trying to go at Whitebeard. He might be teaming up with Doflamingo. I don't know what that looks like or what that entails, but they left off having a conversation at the end of last episode, and then we had Mihawk confronting Luffy. I mean, you see the first subtitle on screen here. I don't have time to face such a strong opponent. He does not win that at all, even in his wildest dreams. I feel like even if he accidentally taps into Haki, he wouldn't even know what to do with it to then do something with it. It's just it's not a winnable fight. It's not like, oh, he can think of his friends. There's the power of friendship, saving his brother. You know, something will unlock and unleash. I just don't think that it's a winnable fight at all at this stage of Luffy, you know? So how he gets out of this, that'll be interesting, because he got his ass saved last episode by Boa. Because if not for that, like, he doesn't beat Smoker either. He's been getting tossed around a lot since he's hit the scene. So how do we get out of this? Does somebody in Whitebeard's crew step in here? Curious how that goes. And then I thought Boa, like, kind of got out of dodge there a little bit, where like she attacked Smoker, but then it made it seem like Luffy kind of defeated her and broke away, and I was like, okay, maybe her warlord status and her island of women and everything will be fine. And then she goes at Smoker and them again, clearly, and Luffy's like not even remotely in the picture. So how's that? When the dust settles and everything, I'm sure that's going to be brought up. Like, how does she, like, is she tossing in her warlord card too? Like, how many warlords? They lost Crocodile however long ago that was to getting defeated. They damn near lost Moria, but they kept him in. Jimbei dipped, and now she's gonna dip as well. So they're just down 3 warlords. I don't know. Again, a lot of moving pieces. I'm hoping that Whitebeard has something up his sleeve that we've yet to see. And he didn't just walk up here thinking he could brute force his way through the front door, but that's what it's looking like right now. But we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Instant second gear. I think he's just trying to run. Yeah, I think we're just trying to get the hell out of here, which is smart. He should just dip. Oh yeah, and then we saw Kuma, who I don't know if he got like his circuits fully just wired. But he is just in full like Autobots rollout mode. While Ivankov is attempting to reason with him, talk with him. This is being broadcasted too on live TV, by the way. I wonder, like, with it being broadcasted, do you think maybe a ally could show up that could help us? Maybe Dragon shows up with the rest of the revolution. That would be insanity. Because anybody that's anybody, and what I mean by that is, like, if you're in the know. Oh, something's happening. They're gonna get murdered. I feel like if you're in the know, like if you're in the Marines, you know like what the Marines are getting set up for, like today, like Ace's execution. If you're in the pirate world, you know that like, oh, Ace's execution is scheduled for this day, and XYZ, you know. I have a feeling if you're in the Revolutionary Army and you're plugged into the know, you know what's happening as well. So would you move pieces to be here for this? There he goes again with that. That's what he oh. Now again, is that hockey? Is that just skill with a blade? Like, what is that he just did? I don't know. But anybody that's anybody in the world, like whether you're a Marine or a pirate or a revolutionary, you know what's happening today and you know where it's happening. Would Dragon mobilize some forces to be in the general area just in case an opportunity arises? Now, what that opportunity would be, I don't know. So who knows? I think it's a long shot that Dragon shows up. He really did dot Moria like that. Moria's got to be the worst, no? Oh, the sea will go into chaos. Oh man, Jimbei's trying his ass off. Man's literally stuck. These two about to go at it. Are they shooting that at us? Is that at us? Is that at us? Almighty push. What's happening? How did he just Gojo Nagato just gravity palm that shit? This is a fight here, by the way. This might be the best fight we've gotten here yet, no? These two? Two Warlords going at it? Warlords of actual skill, not Moria. Get rid of him. Yikes. Yikes. Well, we're in the water, so we should be good there. Damn. Can we actually get those two to fight for a little bit? Instead of just watching Ivankov and Buggy scream for half an episode? I better see a typhoon come out of that. I better see him waterbending here in a second. Or come out of that on an orca whale or a sea king or something. I still don't know if he can speak to sea kings or control them or command them. Oh! Was that real? I was about to say, did he just sense like, oh, because then I'm really glad they didn't cut off his hands, because then you've got to go some reach around bullshit way of showing me how Luffy gets his hands back. I was like, there's no shot he actually just got his hands cut off. I think it was like a Vagabond thing where I keep seeing like every chapter swordsman like thinks like, oh shit, had I made that move, I would have gotten like my head cut off. But they show them getting their head cut off or losing like half their trunk or getting an arm cut off. And then the guy's like, whoa, glad I didn't do that. I'm like, what the hell? What the hell? You think Zoro could do that yet? Or cut halfway through it? What's so wild is like everyone's over here pissing down their leg with how strong he is, and that man Whitebeard literally just like Diamond Boy literally palmed that shit. Excuse me, it wasn't Whitebeard. I'm expecting Jimbei to come riding out on the back of like 3 Sea Kings, go crazy, or give some like Aquaman signal through the water to summon other fishmen to the area. Here we go, Buggy. Dang, I would love to see an episode of like Jimbei and Mihawk going at it. Again, it's like, is it even a fight though? Because we just saw Jimbei essentially get one-tapped. Is it that easy for Mihawk or what? I don't know. Don't know. Puppet boy. Sasori, my man. I think all the warlords are just about to dip, bro. If there's a major, if the person that if King of the Seas is dead, the seas is open for anybody. So if I'm a warlord, why am I gonna sit under the Navy's thumb when I could actually go out there and control the seas? You could get out there and really just control it all. What the hell? Interesting. I mean, why would you stay? If you don't have any ambition. Crocodile's so great. I'm sure he controlled the big boy and dipped somewhere else. Like a Jimbei and a Boa probably doesn't have any interest in like controlling the seas or anything. But shit, these two, I'd give up my warlord card if there's a chance that I could achieve heights as what Whitebeard is going to leave behind. Alright, Buggy, how much? How much of this episode they're going to give to Buggy? And who is going... Oh, Boa. Jeez, there's so much going on. Girl, pull your head back up. You're the only one that thinks that, by the way, Boa. Oh, here we go. Here we go. I'm trying to think who... I mean, Jimbei's not going to stay in the water for the rest of this arc, so he's coming back through, but... Who's coming to help Luffy, by the way? When I see Luffy in the, like, suit, it's very, like, Lelouch-ish. Very, light Yagami. It's very Yu-Gi-Oh! Like, it's these long, lanky, slender bodies in these, like, head-to-toe suits. Ah, man. They did this to us last episode, and they're doing it to us again. What would make this even worse is if they come out of this Boa, you know, fantasy land thing and give us, like, a couple minutes dedicated to Buggy. Literally 3 minutes ago, two of the stronger warlords were fighting each other, by the way. And what is this? What is this? Why is Mihawk literally chasing after him like a game of tag? Bro, just slice your sword, he's dead. She's really fighting him. Oh my god. You can't tell me someone like Mihawk doesn't have an understanding of hockey inside and out. With that black cross sword. He's got a decision to make. Do I keep running or do I at least try? Because like he said, like, you're just running, you're getting farther away from Ace. So what does Luffy just run all the way back to Impel Down? Like, what's the play here? Eventually you gotta turn around and try, even though we have established that he cannot win. And I mean cannot win. So what's the play here? Maybe that'll help us? No way you're about to use him as a shield. But what was his play? If that smoke, if the sand tornado didn't show up? What? Eh? I was just about to ask the question of how can Buggy be sliced? Because we usually always see him separate himself in uniform pieces, like 4x4 blocks or whatever. I was wondering if I sliced like a piece of his shoulder or like a finger, would it just like come off and it'd be fine? But him getting sliced into those thin slices there a second ago, pretty much answers my question. He could be sliced into whatever. And he doesn't have to activate it, he just is. I don't think he has to activate it. I've asked that question a lot as far as like Logias and like, do they need to be conscious or not conscious for their Logia abilities to activate and all those type of things. Like if I walked up on... Uh-oh, swordsman for swordsman. If I walked up on Ace or Smoker or Enru or Crocodile or Okaji in the middle of the night and I stabbed them in the head, and they're fully knocked out, fully asleep, right? Would their Logia activate without them having to be conscious and awake, or no? Oh. That helps. You better run, because I don't think this man can hold up. Okay, I'm here for this fight. If Jimbei's not going to come back this episode, I'm here for this. Let's hope he doesn't get too tapped. I mean, they're exchanging blows. I don't know if Mihawk's, like, turned up yet, but he's throwing. I don't like that they keep going to Luffy. It makes me think, like, Mihawk's gonna kill this dude and be right back on Luffy's ass. Ooh, he's starting to take a notice. He's starting to take a notice, and he even said it's not because of his amazing skill. Okay, so Mihawk, you wanna... Oh, Jimbei, we could have died while you were down there. Wow. Everybody. That was a pretty cool moment, how they just went from person to person to person right there. Everybody we've gotten introduced to this arc, too. Whoa. Yeah, it's a different ability than just power. It doesn't mean it's enough, because at the end of the day, he still needs power. His friends and backup won't always be there, you would think. Somebody won't always be there to save you and help you, would be ideal. He is going to need strength at the end of the day, which I'm sure is going to come in time. Clearly. He's a video transponder snail? When did they start making those? How does that even work? I mean, I don't know how the regular snail spawners work, number one. From a logical standpoint. Okay. Narrator's hitting us with some shit here. Quick recap. Recap of the arc. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep. Where's Kizaru? What's he doing? Where's he been? Okay. They're catching us up here. Which makes me think hopefully next episode we take a big jump as far as like the progression of this. If they're giving us a recap of everything that's happened up to this point. Because it hasn't even been 6-7 episodes. Is anybody we see with that purple-ish tattoo that like Dragon has on his face, is it just automatically like Revolution or what? They're all set. Well, now what? Mm-hmm. Why would they wait? What do they gotta wait for? What do you mean it's not time yet? They could take his head off at any point. Do you think they give a damn about the scheduled time? Oh. He said cut the video feed. Okuji, Kizaru, I don't know the other one's name. Is it Shizaku? Something along those lines? Garp? Yo, Blue Flame Phoenix, boy. We need, you gotta turn up for us. You have what, to me, has been one of the most busted fruit I've seen in the entire story up to this point. I need to see him start going off. Well, Buggy has his hands on a video transponder. Maybe he can keep the footage rolling. Is this just an army of Kumas? What is this? Not good. I think that these are just the pacifist. Oh my god, it is. Ultron and his sentries just showed up. Oh lord. Iron Man's fucking Iron Fleet Legion just showed up. Mm-hmm. Now, are they all controlled? Or does Kuma control? Or no? This is a mess. Well, now what? An hour and a half since the war. It's been 30 minutes this has been going on. There's a dumbass nephew. That's a Luffy voice actor too, by the way, right? That one, the nephew. Oh man, and he's got some juice about him as well. I just don't see. I don't get it. How? I just don't see how this gets any better for us, like at all. At all. Yeah, that flashback of him possibly losing his life was crazy. Did Jimbei already get dotted up here? I'm trying to see if I can find the two when the two of them were going at it. Yeah, here it is. We had some pretty good shots of those two. Yeah, I don't know what it is he did as far as keeping those cannonballs from hitting him. I have absolutely no idea. Now again, the two on screen, I'd put them as, like, you know, stronger of the people that we have in the area. Is Mihawk just that stronger? Because honestly, that's about as close to getting one tapped as you can get with what just happened to him. So is the gap between them that large or not? Good question. Aside from that, I mean, that was the best part of the episode. Doflamingo also, well, Crocodile refusing Doflamingo as well, so we got into that and got out of that pretty quickly. I mean, all Luffy can do is run. I feel like even if you turn to try to square up, like, what's the play? What can you actually do? You know? So we'll see. And then they roll in with this cavalry in the back of just all AI generated Ultrons walking up, and I don't know. Well, I don't know. It didn't look good before. And it looks even worse now. So again, Whitebeard, I'm gonna wait to see either, like, all of the people on the Marine side start dying and falling off, you get your hands on Ace and get out of there, or you yourself die, or whatever it is. So I'm gonna wait till one of those final moments come for you to show me something. But it's not looking good, Bob. It is not looking good at all. So We'll see. Appreciate it, everybody. Like, share, favorite, subscribe, and as always,